Cooking Appa.
Hi, this is Cooking Appa. Today I'm going to make a braised pork leg. Now, as you all know, the pork price actually increases a lot of time this year. And when I went to the wet market recently, they actually told me at the time as when I bought this pork leg was actually 17 ringgit per kg compared to pork belly, which is already 37. So what you can tell from here is that the more popular pork parts, which is something like a pork belly, increases this year alone from 20-ish to 30-ish. But for the pork leg, it only increases from 16 to 17 per kg. So this is telling us that, well, when pork is getting more expensive, perhaps we can eat more pork legs. Anyway, I'm making my favorite braised pork leg today. And today we are going to use two very unique ingredients. The first one is this. So usually for braised pork leg, we will normally put in 5-spice powder. Today, instead of 5-spice, I actually use 13-spice powder, 十三香. It's not as easy as you can find from the local supermarket. Easier if you can just go for online and buy. I will try to put the link in the description. You all can check it out. 十三香, it is like a big brother of 5-spice powder. Rather than to use 5 ingredients to make this, they use over 10. So it is a lot more fragrant. And the second thing is, Appa just came back from Malacca. I have with me some sugar, palm sugar from Malacca. Okay, so this is coconut palm sugar from Malacca and it's super fragrant. I'm going to use it to replace normal sugar in this particular dish.
Remember to click subscribe and notification button for more Appa's video.
So let's take a look at the pork I'm using. I'm using half of the front leg here, which is somewhere around 1 kg, close to 1 kg, and with a mix of some pork bellies. So it is so total here is probably slightly over 1 kg, 1.2 kg maybe, right? Why do I choose front rather than back? It's because when the time I went, only left front legs. Some people may ask, Appa, should I use front or rear or hind legs? Yeah, the one behind. Well, no right or wrong as to which one to choose. You just need to know the difference between the two. Front leg, leaner, less fatty. Back leg, or the hind leg, the leg behind, is actually fattier and more tender. Okay, so you decide which one you prefer. So this one is leaner, yeah? So I'm also going to put in some hard-boiled egg here. And what do we make? How do we make the braised broth? Well, you need some fresh cut ingredient here. This is fresh coriander roots, ginger, shallots, and also garlic. Approximately 1 tablespoon each at least. And then I have here some, this is approximately 2 pieces of star anise, 1 piece of cinnamon stick, and also 1 bay leaf. Of course, I have 1 teaspoon of 13 spices powder, and we will also need chicken stock. How to make chicken stock? Appa make it very easy for you. We have come out with this thing called 100% natural premium chicken stock powder. What you do is prepare 1 bowl of hot water and add in 1 teaspoon of my chicken stock. Done. 2 seconds. 2 seconds, you have a chicken stock. Yeah. So this is how you use, and it is good. It is available on both Singapore and Malaysia. Shopee. Yeah, online. Let's start cooking. By the way, first thing you need to do is to blanch your pork leg and also whatever meat that you will be using. Meaning, prepare 1 wok of water. Then add in few pieces of ginger and a bit of rice wine. Then you add in your pork leg, bring it to a boil, let it boil for about 2 to 3 minutes. Take out the meat and wash it thoroughly. Done. This is what I did with this particular meat. Do not skip it because you need this step to remove the gaminess of the pork. So let's start making the braise. I'm going to use pressure cooker today. You can, of course, if you don't use a pressure cooker, of course you can use a normal pot or wok. Put in a little bit of oil inside, and we are going to start with sauteing the fresh herbs, ginger, shallot, garlic, and also fresh coriander. Let's saute this for a minute or two before we continue. The pressure cooker I use actually has an open lid cooking function. We'll come back shortly. Alright, this is after approximately 1-2 minutes sauteing. It is now very, very fragrant. And now that we have actually seasoned the oil with all these fresh herbs, next thing we can do is actually add in the star anise, cinnamon stick, and also bay leaf. The chicken stock powder, chicken stock. Some Shao Hsing wine, approximately one small bowl. And we can actually give it some 2 to 3 rounds of light soya sauce to start with. And I will give it a little bit of my favorite premium Vietnamese fish sauce. All the ingredients I use, you can find inside the video description. And about 2 tablespoons of dark soya sauce. This is more for the color. Not too much. If you put too much dark soya sauce, it can make your braise very bitter, yeah? And I will start with a half teaspoon of sugar, salt. This is salt. And we will need some sugar. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to use coconut palm sugar. Of course, you can use brown sugar or either palm sugar or white sugar. Oops, very hard. I put it inside the fridge. I will put in approximately 2 tablespoons. So you will also put in probably about 2 tablespoons of rock sugar inside, yeah? And not forgetting our 13 spice powder, right? Wow, super fragrant. I wish you can smell this. Now we can actually slowly put in the pork. These are the pork leg, the pork belly. If you like lean meat, put in the lean meat, up to you. This is the hard boiled egg. You can also put in tofu, firm tofu, tau gua, yeah? So you try to make sure everything is nicely submerged under the broth, and you try not to make too much broth. If you make too much broth, it's actually harder to control the flavor of your braise. Tender or stew, meaning about 35 minutes on high heat. High pressure. High pressure cooking for approximately 35 minutes. After that, after the pressure releases, then everything is done. Of course, right before serving, you can do some final seasoning using salt and also sugar. Now, for those who doesn't use pressure cooker, what you can do is cook it inside a pot. Yeah, cook it inside a pot. After bring it to a boil. After it is boiling, bring it down to medium-low heat and slowly let it simmer for minimum 1.5 hours. Yes, you will need minimum 1.5 hours, and that is the beauty of using pressure cooker. Everything will be so much faster. And another thing is, if you are using a normal pot, your water will actually evaporate. That means that probably every about half an hour, you want to check your water level. Pressure cooker, no need. By the way, this is not a promotion video for pressure cooker. I was just telling you how pressure cooker is making our life easier. Okay, the pressure has fully released. Let me push it away. Wow. Oh, Oh, so super fragrant. I wish you all can smell this. Wow. Mmm. Whoa. Everything is toing, 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 toing. This is exactly the kind of consistency I'm looking for. I love the tenderness, yeah? And actually, some people will keep the braised pork leg until second day so that the flavor will sink in even nicer. But I'm going to really eat it right away. Get some onto the bowl. Wow. Pork belly is very nice, super tender. And let's not forget about the braised egg. Yeah. So here's my very simple braised pork leg today. Of course, I added the egg and also braised pork. And how tender it is? Let me shake the bowl for you. Can you feel how tender it is? Everything is very tender. Alrighty. So for those who like my video, do share my video on your Facebook to your friends. Come to Cooking Appa Facebook fan page to click like and follow button. Follow up on Instagram and subscribe to Cooking Appa YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.